Somewhere in America right now, a truck owner is sitting in a service waiting room about to hear a number that will ruin their week. $4,000, $7,000, $11,000 for an engine they were told was reliable, on a truck they were told would last. 13 of the most popular truck engines sold in America over the last 15 years contain design flaws so fundamental that no amount of maintenance will prevent the failure that is coming. Engines that NHTSA has received thousands of complaints about. Engines that have generated class action lawsuits, technical service bulletins, and warranty extensions that quietly admit what the marketing department will never say. A powertrain engineer who spent 14 years at one of the big three told a podcast last year, "We knew which engines would fail and approximately when. We designed to the warranty period. Anything past that was the customer's problem. That was the engineering target. Survive warranty, not survive ownership. Survive warranty, not survive ownership." Subscribe because if your truck has one of these engines, the countdown is already running. Engine 1, GM 5.3, Ecotec 3 V8 with AFM/DFM, the most widespread ticking time bomb in America, millions of Silverados and Sierras. The active fuel management and dynamic fuel management systems deactivate cylinders to save fuel. The lifters that enable deactivation collapse, tick, misfire, and eventually destroy the camshaft. Lifter and cam replacement between $4,000 and $8,000. NHTSA complaints, thousands. Affected model years, 2014 to present. The 5.3 block is strong. The system bolted onto it is the killer. Fleet data, over 40% of fleet-operated Silverados with AFM/DFM require lifter work before 150,000 miles. The fix costs more than a used Corolla. Engine 2, GM 6.2 L87 V8 with DFM. Everything wrong with the 5.3 DFM in a $65,000 package. The 6.2 produces 420 horsepower and costs between $5,000 and $9,000 when the DFM lifters fail, and they fail at the same rate as the 5.3. GM charges a $10,000 premium for the 6.2 over the 5.3. Owners get more power and the same lifter disaster at a higher repair cost. Engine 3, Ford 2.7 EcoBoost V6. Twin-turbo V6 working at maximum capacity to move a 5,000-pound truck. Carbon buildup on direct injection valves. Walnut blasting every 40,000 miles at $800 to $1,400. Turbo wastegate failures, $1,500 to $2,500 per side. Timing chain stretch before 80,000, $2,000 to $3,500. Oil pan gasket leaks, $600 to $1,000. Fleet data, annual unscheduled repair cost on the 2.7 EcoBoost runs 3 times higher than the 5.0 Coyote V8. The fuel savings of $400 per year do not survive contact with the repair bills. Engine 4, Ford 3.5, EcoBoost first generation 2011 to 2016. Intercooler condensation causing violent misfires in humid climates, a problem so widespread it has its own nickname on F-150 forums, the Stumble. Timing chain rattle after 80,000 miles, turbo failures, exhaust manifold cracks. Fleet lifetime repair cost over 150,000 miles, $14,600 per truck, nearly 3 times the cost of the 5.0 V8 from the same era. Ford fixed most of these in the second generation. The first generation is still on the road punishing its owners. Engine 5, Ford 3.0 power stroke first 6 diesel. Ford put a Jaguar Land Rover diesel in the F-150 in 2018 and pulled it by 2021. 3 model years. Fuel injection failures, DEF system errors, DPF regeneration failures, turbo problems. NHTSA complaints include engine stalling at highway speeds and complete power loss during towing. Used PowerStroke F-150S sell at steep discounts. The discount is the market's way of saying what Ford eventually admitted by killing the engine after 3 years. Engine 6, Ram 5.7 Hemi with e-torque. The Hemi F8 alone is a proven engine with a 20-year track record. The e-torque mild hybrid system added in 2019 turned a reliable powertrain into a question mark. The motor generator fails. The e-torque battery degrades in southern heat. Software glitches trigger limp mode. Battery pack replacement, $1,500 to $2,500. Motor generator, $2,000 to $3,500. The e-torque system saves approximately $200 per year in fuel. The repairs cost approximately $800 more per year. Net annual loss, $600 to own the more complicated version. Engine 7, Nissan 5.6 Endurance V8. 400 horsepower sounds competitive. The 9-speed automatic it is mated to is not. Transmission shudder, harsh shifts, torque converter complaints flooding NHTSA. Transmission rebuild, $4,000 to $6,000. Combined with the fastest depreciation of any full-size truck in America, 45% value loss in 3 years, the Titan is an engine that costs money at both ends, expensive to fix and impossible to sell. Stop. 7 engines draining American truck owners. The next 6 include engines from every remaining major manufacturer, 2 diesels that cost more to repair than some people's annual salary, and 1 engine so new that buying it right now is the most expensive bet in the American truck market. Hit like and let us continue. Engine 8. GM 2.7 Turboplus 4-cylinder. A 4-cylinder turbo in a full-size truck, working at maximum boost permanently. Turbo failures at 60,000, carbon cleaning at 40,000, chain tensioner by 80. Combined repair exposure before 100,000 miles, between $5,000 and $10,000. GM positioned the 2.7 as the smart base engine. Fleet operators who have run it call it the most expensive base engine they have ever operated. Engine 9. Ford 2.3 EcoBoost 4-cylinder in the Ranger. The same EcoBoost carbon and turbo issues from the F-150 in a mid-size truck body. The Ranger's 2.3 is working harder than the same engine in the Mustang because it is hauling a truck. Higher sustained loads mean faster turbo wear and faster carbon accumulation. At the current Ranger price point, north of $40,000, buyers are paying full-size money for mid-size reliability concerns. Engine 10. GM Duramax 3.0 Inline 6 Diesel LM2. Fuel injection system failures, emissions system errors, DPF regeneration issues in trucks that never leave the suburbs. The diesel exhaust fluid system generates phantom errors requiring dealer diagnostics at $200 to $400 per visit. Injector replacement between $4,000 and $7,000 for a set. Emissions system repair between $2,000 and $5,000. On a truck that costs $60,000 and was bought for fuel economy that only materializes during sustained highway driving most owners never do. Engine 11. Stellantis 3.0 Hurricane Twin Turbo Inline 6. 510 horsepower in the Wagoneer. 420 in the Ram. The most powerful standard engine in the American truck market. Also, the newest and the least proven. Zero long-term reliability data exists. No fleet operator has 5-year cost records. History teaches one lesson about first-generation truck engines. Let someone else pay for the development. The first-gen EcoBoost proved it. The Power Stroke proved it. Buying a Hurricane right now is funding Stellantis' beta test at full retail price. Engine 12. Toyota 2.4 iForce Turbo 4-cylinder. Toyota replaced the legendary 3.5 V6 in the Tacoma with a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Early data shows no alarming patterns. Toyota's engineering margins are historically wider than the competition, but this is still a turbocharged 4-cylinder in a truck, too new to declare reliable. The previous generation Tacoma with the 3.5 V6 is available used for $25,000 to $35,000 with a naturally aspirated engine that has a decade of proven reliability. For buyers who want certainty over novelty, the old Tacoma is the safer play. Engine 13. Cummins 6.7 Inline 6 in Ram 2500/3500. This engine does not belong on this list for reliability. The Cummins 6.7 is one of the most durable engines ever put in a pickup. It belongs here because when something goes wrong, the cost is catastrophic. A set of injectors between $8,000 and $12,000, a turbocharger $3,000 to $5,000, a CP 4.2 high-pressure fuel pump failure that sends metal shavings through the entire fuel system between $10,000 and $15,000. The Cummins does not break often. When it breaks, the bill is the size of a used car. Buying one without a maintenance fund is like buying a house without insurance. 13 engines, 13 reasons to research before signing. The pattern is clear across every manufacturer. Cylinder deactivation systems that fail. Turbochargers replacing displacement. First-generation powertrains rush to market. Emissions equipment that generates repair bills. And diesel engines whose costs require their own savings account. The engines that survive. The Ford 5.0 Coyote, the Prius Torque Hemi, the Toyota 3.5 V6, the previous generation Tundra 5.7 share one philosophy: Adequate displacement, no cylinder deactivation, proven architecture, simplicity over complexity. Before buying any truck, look up the engine code. Search that code followed by the word problems. Check the NHTSA database and ask one question. Is this engine designed to survive ownership or just warranty? Because the answer to that question is worth more than any test drive. Subscribe and share this video with every truck buyer in America, because the engine you choose today determines the bills you pay for the next decade, and 13 of them are already counting down.